Hi, I'm Yes or No, and I know what you're probably thinking. Yes or no? Aren't you a little too old for prom? And okay, I'm 28, which is almost 29, which is basically 30. But no, today I'm doing a story time about prom to justify still having my prom dress in the closet. Look, it's so pretty. Why do I own this still? I don't know, but I do. So, fun fact about me was my junior year of high school, I actually got asked to prom by 2 boys, and I ended up going with nobody. So how did I manage that? I'll tell you how. The first guy who asked me out was just this really nice, sweet guy in my math class. I didn't realize until hindsight looking back that I was probably being overly friendly with him in calc. Like, I didn't realize that when I said, hey, what'd you get for problem 3? He was taking it in like, hey, what'd you get for problem 3? I had no idea he had any interest in me until one day at track practice. So I was a sprinter and this dude was on the distance team. And I don't know if you guys know how distance guys operate, but in a lot of school districts across the nation, distance guys like to go running without their shirts on. It's just like they're skinny green beans who like to show off all they have to offer, right? Nutritious. But on that particular day, this guy did not have his shirt off. And I didn't really think anything of it. He was just running laps with the guys team. And I was over on the side getting a drink of water. And then all of a sudden, this guy makes his loop around the track. And as he's looping, he yells, Taylor! And I kid you not, he pulls up his distance shirt, you know, crop top style, so I can see his tummy. And on his tummy, it says the word prom? Question mark? I don't know if there's a word for being simultaneously flattered, but also like, oh my God, what do? I don't want to say yes to this guy. I didn't mean to lead him on. But if there were a word for that, it would probably sound like, fuck. Oh. But I did what any respectful person does, and I went up to him and I said, you know, thank you so much, but I'm gonna have to say no. And then life went on. All right, so what Mr. Distance Boy didn't know when he asked me out was that I had been busy texting another boy. Dun dun dun! Yeah, that is the appropriate music for what's about to happen next. And I liked this other boy a lot. He was super cute, he had never been kissed, he kind of looked like one of the Who's from Whoville. He had one of those little noses. So if he was a Who from Whoville, I guess you could just call me the Grinch because my heart grew 3 sizes one day. When he texted me. Here's the situation. One day, him and I were just texting back and forth, and all of a sudden he says to me, he's like, you know, Taylor, I'm really trying to work on 3 things. I really need to do well on these upcoming tests. I want to do well at baseball playoffs, and I'm looking for a prom date. And he says to me, he's like, I was hoping you could help me with 2 out of 3 of those. And then he winky-faced me old school style. Ah! Now I know some of you might be looking at this and you might say, oh, that seems a bit ambiguous. Maybe he just wanted you to help him find him a prom date. But no, I can't remember the exact verbiage anymore because it's been like 12, 13 years. But I do remember getting that text, reading it, rereading it, and that man asked me to prom. I have no other way to put it. That's what happened. So if I was doodling his name on binders before, I mean, after this man asked me to prom, I was carving his name into trees. I was ecstatic. Flash forward to the weekend, I'm waking up one morning and I groggily check my Facebook account, and on it, there's this girl who's tagged his name in a photo. And in the photo, there are all these Pokemon cards just like strewn, and I mean strewn across a driveway. And on the driveway, written in chalk, is a phrase that says, I choose you, prom? Question mark? I'm sorry, but did this man just Pokemon reverse Uno me? Like, what the hell just happened? That's right, the guy who asked me to prom asked another girl to prom within the same week. Can you imagine how that feels? I wanted to cry. But luckily for me, my emotionally stunted self didn't know how to show emotions. Basically, I just asked myself a few questions. I was like, what am I gonna do? He doesn't like me. And then I said, what's not there to like? And then I thought, yeah, what's not there to like? And then I thought, let's show this lint licker what he missed. And so literally for the next month and a half, I made sure that every day I went into school, I looked gorgeous. It's funny because I actually heard him say through the grapevine to my other friends, like, yeah, so ever since I asked out so-and-so, Taylor has looked incredibly good. And to this day, I have never been more proud of cutting contact with somebody. I did not talk to this guy again for an entire year, right? And do you know what he did? End of senior year? He came up to me in the hallway after class and he apologized. Ah! He said, Taylor, I regret what I did. It was one of the biggest mistakes of my life, and I'm sorry. I was like, can you say it louder for the people in the back? Right? I don't know if you guys know what self-respect feels like, but that is it. You know, and I learned that the reason for why he hadn't wanted to go to prom with me, even after he asked me out, was that he was afraid that if he went with my group, that it would be awkward because his guy friends potentially wouldn't be in it. What a stupid reason, right? For hurting somebody's feelings. But luckily, what I learned from that prom, two different things. Number one, when somebody rejects you, never look back. Only look better, right? And number two, don't let the boy choose you. You choose the boy. And you better believe I took that one to heart, right? Because the next year, senior year, 3 months before prom, I was sitting next to my friend in a ski lift, and she asked me, she's like, Taylor, you know, who would you want to go to prom with? And I gave her the name of a boy I wanted to go to prom with. And you better believe I made sure it made its way to his ears. Different boy, new boy, not old boy. And so, you know, prom's rolling around. Guess who shows up in front of my door, flowers in hand, asking me to prom? I'll give you a hint. He came wearing a shirt, and he didn't ask another girl out. That's right, all it took was a new man and a new set of rules. And that, ladies, is how you get exactly what you want. What? I'm Yes for knowing exactly what I want is some money donated to my Patreon. So please donate there if you are so inclined, or please go watch more of my videos. And I would love to see your comments about your prom horror stories below. Ciao.